Yup. It's minivan time again. Toyota Sienna 2015. Let's go. Look at that there. Look at that there. You've seen the Chrysler. You've seen the Kia. You've seen how they updated the van. Did you think Toyota was just going to sit back and let them get all the shine? Of course not. 2015 Toyota Sienna. I'm the average guy car reviewer. A lot of people hate me. Some people like me. And I'm going to show you a look around this new van from Toyota. I'm going to get right to the point. On the wheel, we've got Bluetooth, volume controls for your radio, and settings for, settings for your display up here to change your display and what it shows, your fuel economy, how much you can go until you run out of gas. You got your exterior temperature showing on your instrument cluster. Oh, there's a standard now, Nothing really stands out about that because so many cars do it now. You got your wiper controls, traction control down here. I guess in a super trim, you'll get things in here to control different features maybe. Usually when you see this stuff in a car, that lets you know you're missing something, so you might want to get your money up and go with a top of the line trim. Those little blank squares. But hey, all of us can't ball like y'all big timers, so for us this is just fine. I'm happy with Bluetooth phone and auxiliary jacks myself personally. Let's go around the chassis. You see what this is. This is standard stuff now. Power locks, power windows, your mirror controls, it's all there. This is a look around the cabin. Toyota, what have I told y'all, man? Y'all still using this ugly gray weird seat material that just shows any kind of stain that might happen to get on it. I don't like that. At least make it black or something. Well, I mean, people want other colors besides black, but this gray material that they use, it shows stains so horribly. In a van, I'm guessing you're going to have passengers and kids, and they're going to drop some coke. And you got a stranger that just see, they don't know you got young kids. Well, I guess if you drive in a van, they might figure that, but the typical person that's an idiot is going to look at a brown stain on a seat like this and just, they're going to think you boo-booed on yourself. I've seen it. I've seen these seats with those stains like right here. And it's always in the booty area. Why is it always in the booty area? Even if it's not booty juice. It seems like whenever you spill something in your car, it always ends up right here. From what I've seen. And you're like, what the hell is that? That's not a good look. Anyway, rant aside. Down here you got this big empty compartment for God knows what. What are you planning on doing, strange van person? Just a joke. Auxiliary jacks and a power charger. You got a woo, look at that. Now look at this. Somebody come look at this. Why would you want to suspend some kind of drink in midair right here? I didn't know that was going to be a drink holder. And I guess that's why you got this big tub right here, because when you knock it down, you're going to need something to hold that. Toyota. Really? I mean, you got cup holders right here. I don't know if that's, I mean, it's cool. I guess it's trying to be cool, but I wouldn't trust sitting nothing right there. What is it? Okay, this comes down. Okay, they thought it out a little bit. You can let this down and that acts as a support. But, I'm guessing this is a drink holder. Whatever. Unnecessary, but it's the armrest. Pretty deep, just like that Sienna. But it's black, so you can't really see it. Now, I do like the way they redid the radio panel. You got automatic climate controls, rear controls. You can manually adjust the rear or sync everything together. Defrost. The gear shift is up here kind of in the middle. That's what Toyota had it in their last model. if I remember correctly. But it looks a lot better. It looks a lot modern. It looks more modern. The radio is nice and easy to read, and it's touch operated now. So that's nice. AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio. Apps, what is that? Let's see what that does. Okay, you can... That's not really apps. I mean, well, you got traffic. HD signal is not available for this service. You got weather. You can get your road conditions. That's cool. Echo settings. Yes, you can see how much you're burning. How much fuel, your fuel economy. Phone and audio. And messages. That says messages. I guess you can link up things and get your messages on screen here. So Toyota is doing a little something with their technology. I actually kind of like the way I like this this radio look. It's like kind of glass covered, and black and blue. I like that. Look like kind of like a tablet or something, not even like a radio. But you do have your knobs right there, so yeah. And it's not bad looking across the dashboard either. So they did improve the looks of it up front. I like the way it looks. I don't like the seat material. I would have to go with either a different color or just a leather if I could, or if they... I just hate this material from Toyota. They used to use it in the last generation Camrys and Corollas, and I never liked it. So of course you got your middle row and back row. These are, you can slide them farther back to create more leg room. So you can see that big gap right there. That's a lot of leg room. And in this one, which is different, you can actually put more passengers in it. You can squeeze somebody in the middle right here. So you have 2 front seats. Instead of just 2 in the middle, you can put 3 in the middle and 3 in the back. So that gives you room for 8. Doesn't look like you can fold the seats into the floor though. Once again, I think that's just a Chrysler feature. I could be mistaken, but Chrysler has the stow and go feature, which I think is nice. With stow and go, you can fold all those back seats into the floorboard completely, and this whole back area will be empty, so you can load a lot of cargo in the back. That's why I think one of the reasons why I think the Chrysler is like one of the top choices for a minivan. A few more features like that, set it apart. But this van is nice. I like this one. The looks of it, I think it's a lot of improvements have been made compared to the last generation Sienna. And let me get back there in the middle and show y'all a console shot from a front angle, so you can get the full effect. So I done hop back here. Even though I don't like the material on the seats, it's a real soft material. It's a real velvety feeling. And you got this back here, cup holders. A lot of room, especially since it's apparently slid back as far as it can go at the moment, which makes the room back there terrible at the, just right now. And look, they actually got, you can lay those seats back. They're kind of tilted backwards. So you might be able to get some adjustments to get more cargo space. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to really go into detail and really try to play with that right now. So you'll have to do your own personal research as far as how the seats can be adjusted. I'm sorry, If I had a little more time, I would try to be above average. But right now, I got to be the below average car review guy, not even average. I did notice that it comes with like a little shade built in right here that you can lift. A little sunshade built in. I like that. And you have climate controls up top for your rear passengers. But yeah, I really do like that. That's a nice touch. That'll score some points from the buyers. And here's a look from the front on view. That's a nice looking console. I like the blue on black and silver look on the instruments and electronics, I mean. The dashboard kind of looks like the Corolla, but not as high up. You know, in that Corolla, I feel like I'm sitting at a desk. Like it's too high, but yeah, I like the look of it. Nice. On the road, you know, I can't say that I'm surprised. It drives like a Toyota. Real smooth. You know, the wheel handles nicely. The engine isn't too loud. It don't sound like it's about to blow up when I give it some gas. I like the response between the gas pedal and the engine. It sounds like it's saying, give me more. Feed me more. Yeah. Visibility is wonderful. No problem seeing around. This is a short van. I think it's a good option, you know. So let me hit y'all with my final review score based on the looks and the drive that I'm getting from it. I'm gonna give this. I'm trying to remember what I gave the Chrysler Town and Country. I think I gave that maybe a 4. You know, I'll go ahead on and give this man, you know, even though the Chrysler Town and Country is the #1 van as far as the features, I'm gonna give this one a 3.9. Should I give it a 3.9? I don't know, cause like I like the looks of it, but you know, the Chrysler Town and Country just has more features and more of a premium feel. I mean, how much of a premium feel do you really need from a van, though? I think the thing that really just tips the Chrysler over the top is the stow and go feature. And if I'm wrong, you know, like I said, I didn't have time to really get into it and test the seats on this one. I would hate to knock some points off if you really can fold the seats down like that in some kind of way. So I'll go ahead on and give it, you know, a 4 out of 5. But honestly, if I had to choose between this and the Chrysler, I would think about it for a while, you know, because the main difference between the two of them is the steering feel. You know, the steering feel in the Chrysler is just a little stiff. It's a little too stiff. I don't really like that. So that might sway me in the direction of the Toyota here. But in this Toyota, I just don't like that seat material. I know it'll stain. And in the Chrysler, you got those leather seats. So either way, both of those vans I think are better than the Kia. The Kia is a good option though. The Kia looks more like an SUV on the outside. So I don't know, you got a tough choice when it comes to vans now. They all the vans I tested so far are pretty good. I would put the Toyota and the Chrysler at the top though. I still think the Chrysler is the overall better package if you can afford it, but it's a little more expensive. So I give this a solid 4 out of 5. Toyota did a good job with the redesign. They updated it. I really like what they did. The drive feels good. You got the Toyota brand name, the Toyota reliability. That's why they deserve, you know, that consideration. So it was tough, but I give it a 4 out of 5. Just know what you're looking at and compare the features. Do a little research. You know, I'm average. I'm giving you the overall rundown. And I didn't really have time to play with the seats like I wanted to. But as you look at that beautiful sunset and hopefully don't get blinded, I'm going to sign out. And I'll catch you on the next one.